This is live, and it's live from Wiltshire and from Cambridge. As we say, good afternoon to my co-host on this show, Fonz Chamberlain. Hello, Fonz.
Hi. Hi. You all right?
Sound is good, and we've got a good picture. And welcome to the show, everybody. And the show is entitled "I Live Here," and the basic idea is simple and straightforward. That Fonz is going to give us a tour of Cambridge.
Yeah.
A point of Cambridge.
Bits of Cambridge. Very big place. won't fit it all in this show. Maybe do part 2 sometime.
That sounds like a good idea. So your co-hosts are Fonz and myself, and I'm going to hand over to Fonz. And Fonz is on an iPhone, and he is mobile in Cambridge. And Fonz, the show is yours.
Right. So where I'm at now, this is actually Cambridge Market, and Guildhall is over here. Tell you a bit of the history. This is a fascinating bit of history here. This building, back before 1956, was a listed building called the Central Hotel, and Samuel Pepys was meant to stay there. But being Cambridge, even though it was listed, they still knocked it down, and that's what's there now. So a landmark building where somebody well known stayed at was taken down. So this is another part of the Guildhall. If I move round, I don't know how well you can see it through the phone, but there's after the two, you got windows right at the end, and you've got 2 more windows, and after that, there's a line down the wall. I don't know if you can see the colour in the bricks, but that's because it was built in 2 stages because of World War II. So the first half was built in 1937, and then it was being built, and then of course the outbreak of World War II delayed it, and it was never officially opened. So it was built in 2 stages because of that. I don't know how well you can see the line there.
We can just about see the difference between the two.
If I move around this way, this is the market. We've got a nice guy over here giving us some free music, and he's actually standing in front of a sculpture which I'll walk over to. Got a bird. Pigeon.
Local wildlife.
Yeah. Behind him, this sculpture is so it's got cats and mice running around the top of it, and it's actually in memory of can't really see it because his lamp's on top of it, but in memory of a guy called Snowy Farr. And Snowy used to, where I'm pointing now, used to stand here with his animal, like different animals. He had mice running around his hat, cat on his hat, and he used to raise money for the blind. And very well-known character. He lived in a village called Hopington, and even outside his front garden, he had all these different teddy bears and stuff. And he raised thousands for the blind. But that sculpture cost, I think, about £10,000. And he would have been, I think, being Snowy, he was a modest man, and I think he would have been a bit upset. He'd have rather the money go to one of his charities.
Yeah, the artist actually donated the work, and then
but a lot of people who knew Snowy are not very keen on it because they feel it doesn't really represent him, only the hat and the mice. I did campaign a few years ago because it's got this base, and inside they could put some kind of collection pot into it for money to carry on his work. And I did that campaign, and all come of it, out of it, was this plaque on the ground. So you can't win them all. No. And just here, this spot's very famous because actually after Syd Barrett left Pink Floyd, he actually performed on this corner in the early 1970s.
Oh, wow.
There's a photo of him on the internet where he looks, you wouldn't recognise him with a beard and everything. And he actually performed here, just did a live gig on the side of the road. Not many people aware it was actually him doing it. But we'll move around here. See if I can get myself back.
Okay.
We're going to move down this, tell you a bit of the history of these buildings along here.
Yeah.
You can hear me okay over his playing,
Oh,
can't you?
we can hear you. The music is getting quieter, and your voice is coming to the fore. So all is
Yeah.
good. Just a reminder: Fonz is in Cambridge, in the UK, not Cambridge, USA, Massachusetts.
Long journey for me if it was.
And Fonz is telling the story today. But if you want to join us from your location in a future show to tell your story, then just let us know. And we'd love, well, what we'd love to do is to actually travel the world using
Definitely.
mobile and be live and get to know you and the town and city that you live in. So,
Definitely, yeah. To find out where everybody lives here, a bit of history of where they live and what they like, places they like and stuff. But this building here is now part of M&S Food Hall. Hopefully they're paying us for sponsorship for mentioning them. But this used to be the Victoria Cinema, and that sat there. But originally, moving down here, it was originally this building here. That was built in 1896 as the Victoria Assembly Rooms. Came the Electric Theatre in 1911, and then this Victoria Cinema in 1915, and of course, early 1930s moved down there. But it's just redundant now. It's a lovely building, it's just redundant, and just used as a warehouse now, which is quite a shame, really.
so as the cinema moved out of town,
Yeah, well, there's most of Cambridge had a few cinemas, and
okay,
they've all closed down. Now every single one that was in Cambridge is closed down. They had anything of them. On the back of Hobson Street, they had the Central. Now that was the first place. Hold on, put me back on. That was the first place to do talking films in Cambridge. Then down, trying to think of them all. On St Andrew Street was the Regal. That closed down in the early 90s. Then on Mill Road was the Kinema and the Playhouse, and they're both gone. There's a few others that I can't think of, but probably anybody who's watching this who grew up in Cambridge probably point them out to me. I'll probably remember them in a minute. But there's a few others as well. But all that's left now are new cinemas. One that's in the Grafton Centre, that's over the other side, and one that's where the old cattle market used to be. But these are modern cinemas, not any of the originals. Oh yeah, and that's another one, Tivoli. It was on. Did I say Tivoli? I'm trying to think. No, Tivoli. It was on
yeah,
Chesterton Road. So yeah, but this market here wasn't original. The original layout wasn't like this. What it originally, if I show you,
yeah.
it really originally ran along here and down to Pease Hill, down that way, and Guildhall wasn't really, it was a town hall, and actually it was a prison as well where they held people, and there was buildings like a bridge that went over with buildings above it, and here was other smaller buildings. But a big fire took place on the 15th of September 1849. It's known basically as the Great Fire of Cambridge, and destroyed it all, and because of that they changed the complete layout of the market. And in the middle of it, if I walk towards it, was where Hobson. I don't know. Have you heard of the saying Hobson's choice?
I have Hobson's choice. Yes.
Yeah, basically one choice. That's it, basically. Because
Yeah.
what it was, Thomas Hobson was from Cambridge. He used to rent out horses, and he either had the first horse or no horse. Basically, that's what the name was. And in the middle, he actually funded for the water to come in to Cambridge, and the original water lanes run still down Trumpington Street, and it was here. Of course, they were getting water from here, but that was taken out in the late, I think, not long after, in the 1850s, after the fire, and the fountain was put there. Now that's all that remains of the fountain because it was took down in about surrounded around the edges. It was took the big, you did like a structure around it. That was took down because it came unsafe in about 1956. So that was all took down, and the remains of it are actually in the Museum of Cambridge, what's left of it, which is down Castle Street.
Wow.
But there we go. Let's take a walk up here. Is there any questions that you want to?
I'm just watching and enjoying because I've been to Cambridge for years, so
Has it changed much since?
I think the most UK cities have changed a lot in the last sort of 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Old
Well,
architecture has been removed and new
yeah.
put in
Well, a
its
lot of
place.
if I move towards Petty Curie now, Petty Curie, like it's not. It means Petty Curie means small cookery, because what that is, there used to be a lot of cooking inns. Now there used to be some. You look at this street in a minute. There used to be pubs like the Falcon. Trying to think, the Falcon Line, Wrestlers Inn. I think in total was 6 pubs down there. I'll remember them all in a little while. It's when you're thinking of it, you can't remember it all
That's
in one,
true.
one go. And it was this road, cars used to come up and down it, and even buses, because it got
Yep.
pedestrianised. And they built, I'll get the camera to turn around, the Line Yard. Now, along here would have been lovely old buildings, and it had a medieval feel, like old wooden structures. The pathway here was much bigger, much wider, because these things come over. So you can imagine, people say, how do they get cars up and down the bus up and down? Basically, it's been made smaller because of the line yard. Here, roughly about here, was where Heather's bookshop was, and that was originally a chemist shop. And Heather's for years kept the original bowed glass and the actual medicine bottles in the window. They left. They left there in 1970 when the
Yep.
plan went through for Line Yard. Of course, Line Yard is named after Line Hotel, which was here. That would have sat about here for the entrance to Line Yard. I can't take you through Line Yard because I'll get kicked out.
All right. Understood. Understood. We've got to
Yeah.
work within the rules.
Yeah. But even that's losing its identity. They used to have, on these bits across here, they used to have lines and stuff. And there used to be, right down the bottom there used to be a big line. That's all gone. It's sort of slowly losing that's its identity as Line Yard. It's more coming the Grand Arcade. But
Right. But we'd have an increasing number of shopping malls in major towns and cities in the UK.
yeah, but this one was a bit devious how they did it, because
Yeah.
they planned it because the old buildings, people were not keen on losing them. But something had to be done. Something had to be done with them so they come run down. But the thing is with it, that they were very devious about how they did it, because originally it was supposed to be like a arts theatre in there. They were going to put a library, art gallery. That was the original plan. Then that's what they put forward to the public. Then that changed, that we've actually got to put some shops in it to get funding back because it's costing too much money. Then the concert hall disappeared, then the art gallery disappeared, and then the only thing that happened was the library, and the rest of it come shops. Here's a guy playing only in Cambridge. There you go. He's playing his saw. Can you name the tune?
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best.
Here would have been the Civic Restaurant. Now that was oh no, you're seeing me still, not the. Here would have been the Civic Restaurant. Now that was after the war, like to get cheap food, and it stayed here to the early 70s. And up on the corner here, tell me if I'm going too fast or anything.
No, you're okay. You're good.
Up here would have been the post office, the original post office. That's why it's called post office. A lot of people say to me, why is it called Post Office Terrace? The street behind it.
Yeah.
It's called Post Office Terrace because there was a post office here. Now, this was originally, before the post office, was the Wrestlers Inn. Now, this is how bad Cambridge is in some respects. That this was noted as one of the finest buildings outside the university. So the townspeople's finest buildings. It was beamed, everything. If it was nowadays, I think they preserve it. But Robert Sales brought it for something silly like, but not £4,000, but that would have been lots of money now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the 1880s. So he brought that just to have it demolished so he could sell it to the post office so they could build a post office on it. How crazy is that?
Well, I mean, we've come a long way in the last sort of 20, 30 years in terms of preserving things. As we say in the 1800s, profit was king rather than
Yeah.
preservation.
But it's the other. I have to show on another show. It takes me too long to get across there. But the other developments where the Grafton is, now that kite area, I can tell you a little bit about it now. But that was all redeveloped, and what happened was developers kept backing out, and people were campaigning to save it. This campaign to save the kite, and basically all the owners of the buildings weren't going to invest in doing them up in case they did get knocked down. So basically, they all come run down, and in the end, they had no choice but to demolish it all.
Right.
So what they wanted did happen in the end, sort of thing.
Right, we've got a comment in from Cheryl and an observation. The streets look very clean, Fonz.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. This is Cambridge. Come on.
Right, because I mean, Cambridge is, well, where you are at the moment is a shopping area, a tourist area.
Yeah, it's very busy. It's very busy. I think if you come here in the early mornings, I've been here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it is tidy. But you can imagine the amount of people that walk up and down here, and to clean round them is a nightmare. I know a couple of cleaners in Cambridge, and their job is quite hard. But when it's all quieting down at night, I think they give it a good old clean round, and it's certainly tidier in the morning. You imagine the amount of people walking around it.
Oh yeah.
And there's such a small. Some of these roads are so small. I walk towards some more bits over here.
Okay. Well, whilst you're doing that,
carry on. Sorry.
okay. Sorry. Right. Okay. Whilst you're doing that, this is I Live Here, and what we're doing, Fonz is taking us on a guided tour of Cambridge today, and what we're looking to do, if you're up for it, is for you to join us live on your mobile and tell us about an area of your city or town. Now, Fonz and I will co-host the show, but you'll be the star of the show. You can come on camera and you can talk about where you live or your favourite places and take us a tour around a few streets for about 10 or 15 minutes. And we can, hopefully, doing that, actually travel the world with Steven and Fonz. And that's the whole idea behind this. So what I'll be doing over the course of the next week, and Fonz will be doing as well, is to talking to people around the globe who want to join us on this journey. And we get to know about people and the places, because we've done a lot of chat shows, but we feel that this is a chance to tell personal stories, to actually explore the history, as Fonz has been doing, and to get to know people and places, if I could spell. So back to the two of us and back to Fonz. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Okay, we're walking down this road. Get along here, sorry. And there's an interesting shop down here that I'm quiet down. But I'd love to have if anybody's got any comments to what
Gospel. Right. Okay, now we did know that the signal would vary. I'm going to go back to Fonz now.
I'd love to know, I'll actually answer them.
Yeah. I think what we could do is actually publish where we're going week by week and then ask for questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right, okay, got that. We're outside the bookshop.
Can you hear me now?
Can now, yeah. All good.
Yeah. This is called the Haunted Bookshop because it's meant to be haunted. But look at these. Really.
Right, we've got a signal problem, Fonz. Do you want to reconnect? We'll probably do this quite a bit during the shows.
Really old book.
Fonz?
Apparently so. Yeah.
Fonz, yeah. If you can you reconnect? We've lost sound. Okay. While Fonz is doing that, thank you for joining us. And Charlie's saying coming up in the next month. Oh wow! I can do a tour of Grand Rapids, Michigan. They'll be having a citywide art prize exhibit. It will be fantastic. Cheryl, you're signed up. And we say hello again to Fonz. And
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, just to catch you up, Cheryl has said in the next month she can do a grand tour of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Wow, cool.
And they've got an art exhibition, citywide art prize exhibit. So look forward to that, Cheryl. Thank you.
Wow.
Right.
This is King's College.
Oh,
King's
wow.
College Chapel. I've been climbing to the top of that, and I'm telling you, it's terrifying. I was holding on for dear life. But the inside, if you see in the middle, there's a big window, and the window above it, it's actually got an inner layer, so you can walk through it, and there's some brilliant inside of it. There's people like great little messages going right back to the 1700s and stuff.
Wow.
And somebody actually has put up there, I can vouch, it's got to be a joke, somebody's put up there, the Doctor was here 1830. So
not Doctor Who though.
Yeah, that's what I think they were trying to do. Somebody's done it since, you know what I mean, as a joke. But here is Great St Mary's Church. Now, an interesting fact about this church is their chimes were stole by Big Ben. They were here first, and Big Ben stole the chimes from them.
Oh, wow.
So the chimes that you hear at Big Ben actually originated here.
Right, and they're transported from Cambridge down to London. Because how far is it to London from Cambridge, roughly?
Yeah. I don't know. I know distance.
Right, okay, no worries. We can check that out.
Nice view.
A beautiful view. To anybody who's joining us, Fonz is giving a guided tour of Cambridge, which is his home city. That's Cambridge in the UK, not Cambridge, Massachusetts. We apologise for the signal quality, which may vary, because Fonz is on mobile. And for those who want to know which mobile, Fonz is on an iPhone 6. So now we'll go back to Fonz.
There you go. I think we're on this map, we're here. That's called mapping, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes. I think they've got another one over here. We've got somebody else playing music as well. You can climb the tower. I'm not going to climb that.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No, I've done it before. But it is nice. Nice view. Something I'll have to do another time, probably. Yeah, got another.
Now, Cambridge is definitely a city of culture, and if I'm not mistaken, we've been serenaded in Italian then.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Things in Cambridge are, you know, amazing. You know what I mean? Every time you come out here, like different acts, you probably get somebody doing juggling or something, then you get something like that, and it just blows you away. Especially echoing through here, it sort of sends like goosebumps down you. That's all the character of Cambridge. Oh, there we go. Hopefully you can still hear me okay.
Oh, yeah, sound is good.
But look at the buildings. I don't know. I'll try and get a bit close to the detail. Okay. Oh, and he got hit by a bike.
It's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Gospel is saying that her sister lives in Cambridgeshire. Because as well as being a city, it's also a county, isn't it? Right, over to you, Fonz.
Take it down.
Right. Fonz, if you can hear me, we have a sound problem again, so if you could refresh and rejoin us. All right, we've got a sound problem, Fonz, if you could, right, okay. So that's back to me for a moment, and we'll be promoting this show over the next week or so. You'll possibly find a personal invitation to actually join us on camera. And we know that the nature of the program is that sometimes the signal is going to be perfect, but as you're actually walking about on a tour, it is going to vary. So we can't do anything about that. And yeah, Cambridgeshire in England. Yes, that is correct. Cambridge is a university city, but we are. All right, okay, I'll come to that one in a minute, Andrew. Is a university city, but we're deliberately not looking at the university side of the city. We're looking at the side of the city that, as a tourist, you might not normally see or even understand the history of. And Fonz is the Cambridge historian, and you can catch Fonz's show every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Cambridge historian page. And just got a comment in from Andrew Fonz, which I don't know whether you know, Andrew, or not, but it says any further out from the city centre and you'd be tripping over broken pavements.
I'm losing you. I can't quite hear you. A bit close to a bit of signal.
Right, okay.
Hold on.
Right, so Fonz is making adjustments. I'll come back and
I can
keep an
hear
eye.
you now.
Right, we've got a signal problem.
No.
Fonz, just a second, hang on, we'll try. Hello. Right, there seems to be. Right, okay. And Fonz has gone again. Yes, as Gospel is saying, we are in England, and Fonz is back again. That was quick, so let's go for it this time and switch straight over to Fonz. Over to you, sir.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
I'll refresh.
Okay, and Fonz is going to refresh again. Now, this is I Live Here, and if you want to get in touch with us, we've got a brand new page, which is called I Live Here, and at the moment it has, not hinting, but it has 1 like. So if you are enjoying the show, something you can do is just to go over to I Live Here and leave a comment or a like. So, Fonz. You okay?
Yeah, I moved out my signal range. It's me okay?
Yeah, I can see and hear you a bit better now.
Yeah, I moved out signal range. That's why I had a bit of a problem. I just got to keep an eye on where my signal is. It seems to be very good round here. But I'll move this together. There's a nice building here actually that I'll show you along here. Like lad on a bike. But it's got nothing in it at the moment. What was there is closed down. But move around.
Yeah. Right, so Fonz is. Yeah, okay.
Still hear me okay?
Yeah, we can.
I must have moved out my signal range again.
Right, okay. Right, the picture is frozen at the moment. We're live from Cambridge in England with Fonz Chamberlain, the Cambridge historian, as he takes us on, well, a tour of parts of Cambridge that we as tourists would rarely see. Right, I think we've got an intimate signal from.
Can you hear me now?
No, not really. All right, okay. Lost signal again. It's back to me. We're going to have to experiment with this. Hopefully it's not too much of a, well, all we can say is that the signal is going to vary. We knew that when we started this. And Fonz. Hello. Right. No, we do have technical difficulties. Okay. Right, okay. And Charlie's saying, I'm so glad to hear you. Right, I had sound then. And Cheryl says, I'm so glad to hear you have a page now. I live here. Will indeed like it. Thank you very much. And we're going to take this idea places. And talking of places, we're in Cambridge with Fonz. And Fonz is...
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear music? Right. Okay. I think what we're going to need is to have a plan B, so that when things do go like this, Fonz, can you get sort of backtrack and go to an area where there is a good signal?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're good now. You're good now. Go.
Yeah. I stand here. Anybody wants a good signal in Cambridge, this is the best spot.
Right. Okay.
You can still hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, we're getting better as you head back and retrace your steps.
Yeah. It's just working out where there's good signal as well. Maybe if somebody is doing it, maybe go out first to the areas that they're going and check the signal in their areas, I think, isn't it, before they come out. You should be able to hear me perfect now because I've got full signal. I've just noticed.
We can hear you perfectly. We're back to normal service has been resumed.
Yeah, I think that's another thing, because it's the first one, you don't know. Maybe that's something, if you have a plan to do it, maybe before you do it, nip out to some areas and see where's your high signal and where's your low signal. So these sort of things don't happen really, innit?
Yep. We're learning all the time. Nobody's done this before, and we're breaking new ground.
We're pioneers.
Oh, we are. Indeed, we are pioneers. But I think it is working. It's working well. It's just, as you say, if you want to do this with us, then you're more than welcome to do so. And you can do a test of the route beforehand with a local broadcast just to your phone, recorded, and that will tell you what's recording back. You don't have to do a full show. You can just do it on your phone just to practice.
Well, it goes by the signal level as well. I sort of noticed that my signal dropped right off in certain areas. I know now you can hear me all right because it's full. So maybe if you just want to monitor signal areas as well. But if anybody's got any questions as well, but I'll happily answer them. I'll show you some of them. I don't want to move too far, but this is market. I like.
Is that a fixed market or
it's
a fixed market?
Yeah, they've got some lovely bits about Cambridge, which I'm going to go and look for and get killed when I get home, and I buy them all. But look at these old coins. Look.
Yeah.
Let's look what year these are. That's a more modern one. They've got some really old ones. Who's this? George the Fourth in it, I think.
Right.
Got all these. They've even got a dog. Here's another stall that I've got to avoid. They sell vinyl.
All right. Okay. Record store.
Yeah.
Now, in the recent years, vinyl's made a great big comeback, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, years ago, I submitted an idea for a radio show to play vinyl, and they said, "No, that stuff's we don't play that stuff anymore. That's past. You got to play it on CD or on MP3." And then earlier this year, I got asked would I like to do a vinyl show, so it's definitely coming back. Definitely coming back. Oh look.
Right. Okay. And we're joined by gospel. Carry on with the tour, Fonz, please.
Yeah. But now it's it's a lovely market and lovely aerial. Do you know what I mean? Cambridge to me is like I grew up around. I was born in Cambridge. Like your other show that I showed you where I was born in Mill Road, which inspired this whole idea, really, wasn't it? That's what
it was. Yeah. That's what inspired this.
Yeah, and it to me, it's where I grew up, and I used to walk down areas like this and see, like I was saying before, Lion Yard, and I'd sit there as a child. That's a new building. I wonder what was there first. What was there before that? And then I go and look it up, and then I come find one thing, then it'll lead to another thing, then it'll lead to something else. And before I knew it, I was finding all this information out, and it's overwhelming because I love walking around here and telling the history. It's my, like, if I'm having a rubbish day or anything, overworked or hectic, I'll just come take a walk around the city, and it's my chilling ground sort of thing.
A sanctuary away from...
Yeah.
Yeah. And a question from Cheryl, is there a city park in Cambridge?
Yeah, there's a few. There's lots of green space area as well. We've got Midsummer Common. There's a massive grass space. They have events like Strawberry Fair there. And there's Parker's Piece as well, which is on the other side, near Mill Road. And that's a massive space named after Edward Parker. But there's lots of different parks all around Cambridge. And they've got Botanic Gardens as well. So it's done by the university. You can walk around it. I have to take a walk around. That's probably a show I can do another time. So walk around the Botanic Gardens. They've got lovely. Yep. They change it all year round, different flowers. That's right. That's a lovely place to be as well. Yeah, but Cambridge, you can walk down certain streets. And you've got all this noise. You walk around a corner and you can't hear nothing. It's like you slip back in time or something, because where's all the sound gone? Cambridge is a very, very strange place like that. That's what I love about it.
Right. Gospel, you tried to join us a moment ago, and as soon as I brought you into the broadcast, we lost signal. So if you want to try again, please do. Right, back to you, Fonz.
Yeah. I might have to nip. I just noticed I might have to nip off soon.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine for a moment. Because I've just noticed that my battery's going really low. Being outside and chatting on this, I fully charged it.
Yeah.
The dregs of an iPhone. It drains the battery very quickly. So, if anybody is doing this on an iPhone, I think you'll probably get about half hour out of it.
Right. Okay. So, if we go for segments less than half an hour.
Because iPhones, it seems to drain it a lot. But I'll take you around here quickly. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get in there. I campaigned for a memorial for Syd Barrett for years and years and years, and I might be able to if I don't get kicked out. And they finally did it and put it in the Corn Exchange for their biggest unveiling. Had well-known singers, the family, and all that there, and it was a big event. I'm just hoping I can get in without going. It's strange because it's a memorial for Syd, but you get sneak in. Hang on. Oh, no, they won't let me in. I don't think. Hang on.
Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, they're not letting you enter. Okay. Right, it's going darker. I'm hoping in a moment that we can...
No, it's locked.
All right, okay. Okay. So can you talk about why the Syd Barrett Memorial?
The building is said to be haunted by John Pink, which was the very first librarian in Cambridge. That he was the first one. He loved his job. And when it was a library, if people didn't put the books back on the shelf properly, books would come flying off the shelf, or if they were left on the table, saying goes, fly across the table. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it's an interesting story.
Yeah. Right, and
we're joined with John Pink.
Right. We're joined by Gospel. Right, so I'm bringing Gospel into the show.
Oh,
and hello, Gospel.
Hello, Steven.
Nice to see you. Do you have any questions for Fonz?
I can't see him at the moment.
All right.
Sorry, I've just got to switch this off.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask Fonz about.
Unfortunately, that's like most cities.
Where exactly he's walking down now? Because I don't recognise it.
Round off round here.
Right.
Okay. This is part of the Grand Arcade, which was extended onto Lion Yard.
Right.
And it seems to be taking over the identity, but there's this funny rock in the middle. See how quieter it is? How you walk from one part of Cambridge to another, and how the old. It's really strange. But I want to see if I can sneak through here quickly without getting kicked out.
Okay.
And then I like breaking rules.
Oh,
Don't
I know. Pushing barriers. Right.
Don't try this at home.
No, don't. Gospel, would you like to join one of our shows and talk about where you are?
I would. I live in Kent, so I would. It's just I was trying to think about.
Yeah, it's a bit of Line Yard.
I know. I live close to Rochester.
All old buildings, right?
I was thinking about Rochester.
Right. You just go back to Fonz for a moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Go back to Fonz.
Yeah, no, I'm saying there was all old buildings around here, and they knocked all that out and built this.
Wow. Now this is what we'd expect to find in major cities, is a mall with national chain stores.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's the way it's all happening.
That's true.
I know this building here was originally W.H. Smith's. Here was a fish shop called McFisheries. I don't know if anybody remembers McFisheries. And here was, when it originally opened, Granada, where you could rent your TV.
Yeah, I remember Granada TV rentals.
Yeah, so
from Manchester.
Yeah. But that's what I do is I keep saying I'm going to finish off. My battery's going to die. So just one more place though, quickly before.
Right. Okay. What?
Here originally. Now this is where Cambridge's first shopping arcade was. It's not there now. It was knocked down in 2006. But you see across the street where the Metro Bank is.
Yeah.
It was there, Bradwell's Court. That's where a lot of my memories are, because the other side is Drummond Street bus station. And as a kid, I remember used to be one of my. I can still remember what it looked like. In my head. It's like amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing what you can remember. But the main thing I can remember is how it smelled like wee.
Thank you for that.
But they knocked it down and put this here. But this part of this road here, Christ Lane, was closed down when they put it. But they've reopened it up now, and unfortunately, it came high for homeless people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shops, big name shops, have packed up and went, apart from Starbucks.
Okay.
But here originally when they first opened, it was quite funny. It was Bank, the clothes shop, and now it's Metro Bank. So Bank become Bank.
Yeah.
But so and the only place left down here really now is Starbucks. But Starbucks go anywhere, wouldn't they? Oh,
Starbucks are everywhere throughout the UK.
Yeah.
But it's like a empty place down here. Anyway, I better go because before I disappear, I'll have a chat with you later. But hopefully that went okay.
It went beautifully. To everybody's watching now, thank you. And Fonz, we'll catch you later. And Fonz now will be back next week. Bye for now.
Yeah, bye for now.
Bye.
Right now, so Rochester.
Oh. Yeah, so I live close to Rochester, and the thing I was thinking about is, I think because it's an old building, I'm not sure if you can film it. I don't know if there's any legal issues with that, copyright or whatever. I feel like I read somewhere about that, so I wasn't entirely sure. So that's one of the reasons why I came up to join as a guest, just to ask the question about filming certain landmarks or places like that.
I think we're quite safe filming anything from the outside, but I think we need permission to film inside.
Okay.
But we'll check on that. But it would be good to actually, if you could do a sort of 10-15 minute travelogue around Rochester, that would be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, because there's also the castle. You have to pay to go in though, but the grounds I can film the ground. There's not much in the grounds, unless maybe they're having like a show, because sometimes they host a show on the grounds. So just maybe filming Rochester, the high streets, and then the cathedral. But it would be nice to see inside the castle. Well,
let's get together later this week and arrange that for
Okay.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. So this has been I Live Here. Your co-hosts today have been Fonz Chamberlain and Steven Healey. If you watch the replay now, you'll see Fonz taking us on a streetwide tour of Cambridge in England, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. We'll be back with more. If you want to join us to tell your story, then please contact either myself or Fonz, and it looks like perhaps we can persuade Andrew to film as well. To everybody who's watched today, from Gospel and myself, we say thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on live video in the coming weeks. I think we'll give this. I mean, the problem is being on mobile. There are going to be signal problems. So thank you, everybody who's stayed with us. Thank you, everybody who's watched, and we'll see you all again. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Right. In actual fact.